my dad lost his work or his job, and things became very difficult for my family. My granny even suggested that I should go and learn mechanic, and I was so angry at her.
Okay, so there was this time she got bent. There were some people still. My mom's stuff was spat. I think I was home for a whole week, and then the next time. I know the can chasing me say go feel more samba feel I
had D7 in maths and I was supposed to go and rewrite it at Ideal College. So the school fees was 6,500. That was last 2 years. This man is not working. How am I going to get the money? And he wants me to go to the university.
Everybody do like this. Yo, what's up, people? What's up, GH? What's up, Ghana? So this is the Heart to Heart podcast show, and today for who? Today we have our almighty, our one and only, our sugar daddy, our sweetheart, our baby, our zaddy.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir. Isaac. You see the for the Heart to Heart and the Tizzy Bible. There's a rich man behind her. I want to know the sponsor.
The Ozogu. And we are there.
Mo fẹ́ ṣe bitiri we am a desk.
So it's your day.
Yes, and you for family the man. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Stop by saying that.
Alright, so we have Sir Isaac on our list, and Sir Isaac is our number one sponsor. He's our boss. He's the overall seer of all these things we've been doing today. He's here to discuss with us because assembly a day by the mood.
I've been to me.
It carries weight. I've been to me, Greg. I've been on memorial school. Okay, complex garden. I don't.
He's a messiah.
Yeah. You can buy. Yeah. So Isaac na just no. Ba brem. Don't know what me I can't summon. I'm
I say you paying for.
I know what I'm feeling so but didn't.
Now you me from no moral.
I have an issue with you guys.
Oh no.
Are you saying that for us? It's okay.
We are here.
Let's
Glad to
enjoy
be
it.
here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, should we offer you water?
You should send me water.
Thank you.
You want your love? Oh my goodness. You're overwhelmed. It's okay.
Alright. So today I'm questioning. No, let me. Also, I mention your name.
Okay. You already know my name now. Let's just go through the process of
maybe you have new viewers.
Okay, sure.
And other people.
So if you're new on this channel, my name is White Lady Unique.
A black lady.
The black girl.
Why is it everybody say the black girl?
Now you're black.
That is why I'm called White Lady Unique. I am unique. I am white. I'm unique.
For the unique, I'll
Yes,
take
you
it.
are. I am white.
It's none of your business, man.
Okay.
Sorry, ma.
Yeah, I'm White Lady Unique. Yeah.
And we have
Sir Isaac.
Sir Isaac. And my name is Miss Paths, the celebrity. Yeah, so today our question of the day is: does poverty have an influence on one's educational performance?
You know, every mistake is a new style. Gamma boom, what's that?
And then our performance.
High performance.
Poverty may be in
Aye.
yeah, I'm cooking the conside top. Yes, you could then have
Actually, was asked to be there one chance.
So let's us hear this.
Me call Emmy.
Me 1, 2, 3, 4.
Area.
Every one up.
Yeah.
In sections.
Ah, my sister's gonna do.
Yeah.
Neither of my mentor and they out me. Oh, I'm about to call Cosia. Then no about Jai come out with this one.
Kobe.
Me want Kobe though.
Oh, okay.
Mami Kobe.
Maybe Kobe.
Maybe me whole life.
I don't know Kobe. But it was the dangerous one.
Makwa internet here.
I had the road.
It's not matter some more about. Uneja. Ngamedi abi baby anga. Oh, it's me
can't go not gara. Can't not now.
Na so snack as well the uncle was on.
Say, on Ghana. Ghana is a whole nation.
So, Abby, this is how you have been suffering in the hands of these children. Hey,
I mean,
let's go.
we hate it with passion.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does poverty have an influence on one's educational performance? Sir.
Yeah, Daniel.
It's a huge question. It's a big question. The answer is yes. Yes, in the sense that let me use myself as an example.
Story.
I can't remember.
What about the time?
Time.
Okay, so before when I finished JHS, my dad lost his work or his job, and things became very difficult for my family. And at that time, it was difficult for me to continue my education. To the extent that I've been told Abby some time ago that my granny even suggested that I should go and learn mechanic. And I was so angry at her because at that time, let me tell you.
Oh, so now.
And one thing I need to become was to be in the banking sector.
Okay.
So for my granny to suggest to my dad,
Maybe I was able to spend as much
but I understood my granny at the time because at that time, no. Not any avenue at all. My granny thought said, no, things are difficult now. There's no money for you to further your education. So let's put you here. But I didn't want to do it. In fact, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. So my father's friend, who happened to be a footballer, a very known footballer, so I don't want to mention the name. So he came to Ghana with the family, and my dad suggested that I should go and stay with them for some time. Now, what's the resource about? SM go school. Now, me sorry, not me raho.
Yeah.
All because of poverty.
Feeling too.
I can even feel the goosebumps.
Yeah, the goosebumps. It's a memorable story. Yeah.
Me sorry, na me raho na. Like I feel like crying because my colleagues are going to school and I'm
in the house.
Home. So time do except same go school. I had to go during second term. Man go first term.
Yeah, it happened to me too.
Yeah, man go first term.
I didn't know that.
Mine was not even with poverty issue, but then I know how it feels like. What if you now for school? Everybody keeps asking, how do you
back?
Yeah.
Don't call.
Just because my dad didn't have money at that time.
So, sir, are you telling us that poverty does not affect only the performance, but it affects the whole educational life of the person?
It's a general thing.
Your dream. I think your dream it also affects your dream.
Everything. Because at that time, now America said I wanted to be in the banking sector. No, let's assume say my dream need to be there, but the there is not there to take me there.
Yeah.
What do you think would have happened?
Yeah. You will maybe end up on the street.
Exactly. And I said there are a lot of people who are going through similar situations.
Yeah.
I was a bit fortunate. Not even a bit. I was fortunate.
Yeah.
To have favor in the eyes of my uncle, who had to sponsor me through school.
Sure.
During the time, things became difficult for my dad. No? Sure. But there are some who don't get those opportunities. And they are on the street. Yeah. You get it?
Yeah, I think it happened to me before. Okay, so I wouldn't say it was poverty, but then I said there was this time she got burnt. There were some people still. My mom's stuff was spat, and by then she had now given birth to our last one fresh. And my dad was asthmatic.
Okay.
Jesus.
And I know how so like everything came in at that point. And I was in JHS 1 or JHS 1. When I make JHS 1 fresh, you see that vacation classes so quiet. They want you to have a few before the term opens. So it was really a vacation classes when that thing happened. And they be at school. So I have to go to school. My school was a private school, so I told you down payment and so I had to do the down payment. Now I have now for your school fees. But school fees not going to fee. And for one thing that happened to me. One time I made coffee, and then my church is closer to my school. And there's this one that sells yam. Church no visit. And the woman said, baby, I'll be who's going on with your money. I'm saying, and you're free, book. Maybe I am a jump book. And I was teaching because I can't tell you that
you always
it's shameful.
Yeah.
So what I said, so
it will make your parents, the person for your parents are irresponsible.
Yes. So me when I'm in Sunday school teacher, I say, Hannah, where you going? You've not closed. I feel like obviously I'm used to because after like obi a shower.
It's a very sad situation.
And I make a chair, and then I think I was home for a whole week, and then the next time. Teacher no after no the can chase me say me go feel no samba feel I don't know how now school not what any fees and I'm like sure fees how me how
so because they were sacking you home and all that,
someone
you couldn't even stay in the class to even learn.
No, you are not allowed to.
That's what I'm saying.
And one funny thing about my school, this is how they used to say, school anymore. When you do get nanoa, cry listening anymore. And so more or like they'll start mentioning Abia. Oh, 700 and okay, you have passed the limit. Isaac, okay, yeah. Hey, you go home. What are you doing? You know your own school is like and it's outside the school. Juniors, seniors, no, you don't care. And sometimes me call. That's what I do. There's a sharp curve na school ni. And me be do curve. I know me do mate. Me ebu body. It mean rawa kwa me embo me di money coming. It means that minimum the school fees ka. It means that na ba ya Letitia, Annabelle, Sharifa, me edi di mu. It means that Sharifa na omo ba na mo me di bonich. Because me said the fact that you have more my name is somewhere. You can like it's painful because during that time I was lacking. Like you can't even learn.
You can't learn because you're always thinking.
Yeah. So when I completed SHS, it was better. Like life was good. My dad was working when I was at SHS. He used to send me money all the time, buying provisions. Life was good. But after SHS, he lost his work. Daddy saying, Charlie, God bless Daddy. Because the moment a little thing happens to them, it affects the whole family.
Yeah. That's why they are the head.
Yeah.
So my dad lost his job and I had to, I think I failed maths. I had D7 in maths and I was supposed to go and rewrite it at Ideal College.
Mm-hmm.
So the school fees was 6,500. That was last 2 years. This man is not working. How am I going to get the money? And he wants me to go to the university.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what he wants me, like, me go to. Even I shouldn't pass. I should just go. Like, almost said, or trying to buy Pina University, that's all. And I'm the firstborn too.
It's sure that kind of thing when you're the firstborn and then
they are trying to
I'm the firstborn too, so I know how it feels like. When I completed SHS, I had to go to university. I chose like KNUST and UPSC. I had number training in Alpha. But of course now I'm training. I'm not getting it. I'm only getting one of each. I'm like no, I just all this. I'm not back home. And they said if I want to add more, I just said it's more.
Yeah.
I'm like, how?
The money is also not there.
And I said fine. And my mom wanted me to go to school so bad. One thing about my mother, if only say I business mind, you say business or your business or business, mama will say no.
Go to school.
Go to school.
Yeah.
And then say, I just say, well, maybe I would that one. Wow. Who need now Peter who say the next day
go to school.
Hey. So like when I completed, I said, this girl has to go to university. I feel like then I can't go and tell my mom that, because I lost my dad, so me mom inquiry at home. I can't go and tell my mother that, after the course now me inquiry say now I was there because and then I didn't also get a hostel. Okay. I didn't get I have to go and rent a place or find a place to stay.
Yeah.
And when my cousin stays at Kumasi, Ejuso to get university is far. And I'm saying no, I'll go to GH Media. And I'm a coy. Because the only thing they want to see is go to school. But then the money is not there. You see, I feel like poverty and education
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot.
So as I was saying, he sent me to one of his big brothers to stay with him. He was like, he spoke to him, so I should come and spend some days with him. So I went and this man sat me down. He spoke to me, what do I want to do? My family is a kind of family, they support. Not only my dad, like most of my dad's siblings, they support themselves. You get it when it comes to the kids' education and stuff. So this man called me. I went. He spoke to me when I was coming in. I think he gave me 2,000 to start school. I think the man I'd braided my hair fresh. I think it was just 3 days. I was like, Nakoko youth to go Nako school, no. So the next day I came home and then I gave the money to my mom. I was like, when I gave the money, I was like, then I said, okay. And it's gonna be new. When you're being about conditioner, so I just accepted it, and then I went to unbraid my hair. Sorry. I braided my hair, and then they took me to the school. They took admission for me, and I started school. You know what happened? She got me a 6,500, and I paid 2,000 Ghana. I
got 4,000.
Good. So what I was going, my mother was able to raise 1,000 Ghana cedis with my dad, and then they gave me to go and pay this fees. I went to pay 3,500. My course school in 1 year, because JHS is SS3 is 1 year. 1 year was 2 weeks to Wasi when they were trying to, if you don't pay your fees, you are not going to get results. Let me say India's number, and there's no money anywhere. That is not working. Like nothing. So one hot afternoon, I was crossing, we had closed from school, so I was going home. I was sad, like, anytime I come to school, I don't go to class, I start the library, because I'm always sad, like, school fees, 3,500, hey, 35 million, when I was saying 35 million, oh, yeah, man,
so the way they even pronounce the money,
35 million.
Now you feel pity for your mother.
You know, so anytime I'm sad, and then they used to give me 30 cedis to school from my house to Ido College. That's a day.
Who there, your sister?
And then the transport alone, when we now cut 12 cedis. And Ido College, look at the pressure. Ido College, you look at the pressure in the school. Now cut 12 cedis. You find something small to eat, meat and something, then you go back home. So one day I was crossing the road from Ido College to UPSA. That may not be Ido College Comadina because of the transport. So I was crossing the road and one car stopped for me to cross. So I crossed the road and the man followed me to Rolling Circle. Hey. And he stopped and he called me.
That was your angel.
That was my angel. This man was like, oh, me for bra, me your bonnet. I'm a king. Like he's a king at Kumasi. I was like, me your hand, me your bonnet, bra. I was afraid. Then he got out from his car and he came to where I was standing. I was at the end of the road and he was like this. So he got out from his car and he came there. I was like, bra, me your shit. So I followed him and I was like, sit in the car. And he was driving the range. And I was, that time, don't say, so even when I got there, and I meet na car and people were just like, Nipa, what happened to me your bonnet? And they was reacting. The man to anchor, or you'll be on the money, or be jamming one. So this man took me to the car, which was like, when you me fell, as a raw home, person me bow. I was like, hey, open some boy me. I was like, yes. So that day, my school bag, poverty is not a good thing. Not the bag not to take, but I could wear it to school. Like, what's I can't put in metal bag amount. So that's
he really observed you.
You know, that moment we got out at Medina where the station is, and then he bought the bag for me.
Wow,
then he made me throw the bag away. So maybe
I'll tell you a story.
And point for anyone or some on my bin, you want me to bag me too. And I took the new bag home. I didn't tell my mom, I didn't even notice that I got a new bag. So when I was there, my shows make mama say, you know, my mother would feel like upon a person who will be being to know person board and things.
Yeah.
So I got out of the car and I went to my mother that because of the one said that is for moon car. They want to go like they don't even want to see you. They want to go. I go because my dad is angry. Me show you my pressure. So I went to my mom and told my mom that mom, but me show people so for so boy me. We tell me to my mom say, huh? Why I don't know. So this man told me to come to his place. Mommy Nana say, me call only me call your baby. And I hadn't seen a man that time. So I was like, hey, this man. So I went up like, this is my house. Me and your bunny. Now me and my man day, messing his kanamo. And the man sent 5,000 Ghana cedis on my Momo account. And that was really $8,000. So we went to withdraw the money. I and my mother come Medina. We didn't even tell my dad about it. We went to Medina, withdraw the money, went to the school, went to pay, and then they were like, no. Didn't really tell my dad. I told my mother she didn't tell my dad because the way my dad was acting, I felt like he had abandoned me. He didn't like good for me. That Yeah, so like my audience can catch that, but I don't know if he told. But I felt that she didn't tell my dad. So we went to the school, and then my mother was able to get me a hostel for the month. So we went to the hostel, and then I wrote and then once he knew where I was, he asked me, we said where I was like, oh, me what I say. So every time, I think one time he came to visit me, anytime he comes to visit me, he gives me money. Like, oh, take this one. And this man, I'm talking about, if I take phone right now and I call him, he will never pick. Since that time till now, he has never picked my call.
Wow.
And then it happens.
Till now, he has never picked my call. Anytime I call him, he doesn't pick. And then it goes through both his number, his Ghana number, and his London number. It goes through, but he will never pick up the call. Even till now.
He was sent at that time to come and
Help you, yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
Like it happens, even me. Let me say the story. This my mom doesn't know. It's like a very basic thing between me, the man and his brother, and my best friend. So when I completed SHS, I lost my dad in like SHS too. So since going from that time, I couldn't like worry my mom because it was like
pressure on the soul.
Like just
she's sad.
You will see a man of 30 cities. You walk to school. I was in boarding house. My dad was the only person that brings me provision. Like papa. And then this is my first comedy. He said, "Ben Kukran or Ben Kama, when you for media, you do it." And this is the person I've lost. I'm a worry my mother. I'm not to double top or now, no, then she'll give me 50 cedis every week in the boarding house. Now you don't have provision. And our dining food it's not like a journey. And they only give us lunch. They don't give us I don't give us supper. Lunch is also no.
It's not even nice.
I have no choice.
Hey, 50 cedis a week. I got to a point I didn't call my mom for like a whole month. I was not calling my mom. Then one day she took phone. Hey, and so the old friend I want to say, mom, here. Like after that, when I heard my mom's voice, I can't tell her that comment to me. I felt bad because the way she was giving talking.
And that is why you couldn't call her.
I could, yes, because I felt like
the pressure on her. Yes.
And me.
That's the disadvantage of being a firstborn.
So when I completed SHS, now I was home. I was like, God, I beg. I've completed. And you know when I got the schools, the reason I couldn't even tell my mom the addition of the extra this was because this is the assessment she made. When I told her I've got in schools, and I told her where the school is, she was like, hey, and I'll go school, try my gap year, like I should stay in the house for 1 year, because like my elder sister, like my family, most people do that. I won't wear school, and it's like most of them, like 90% of them, who wear school almost not feel for like a year or two. And I said, me, I'll never be part of that trend. I told myself, even that was what I was telling myself, God, I'll never be part of that trend. So after the time, I told my mom that this is it. I want to go to school, this is the fees. My mom was like, Obinya mami, if I don't want to stay home, Obinya mami. I felt like she wanted me to go to school so bad. She didn't want her children to be part of that thing. Like, when they go to school now, she never liked it. So she wanted to do everything to make me get the money to go to school. After now, school now me call. I can't 1 week to the deadline of the admission this thing and the closing. Now my mom, like I said, me to come with my because after them come my I'm boyfriend. Like young bomb man we got to the end of the and then I was with a certain man. I was like working for him, not like I was dating him, but mighty. So during that time now, as a person, I couldn't even look in my mom, so I had to leave home. I had to stay with him. Says I won't procrastinate. I had to stay with Mighty. And then his elder brother, Boyaji, I'd always go into the house, but then I was never free with that man until that short period. After Papa, before he came to the house now, like we started buying me because he used to come there, he used to eat food. I was the one that normally cooks in the house, but then he never knew who cooked the food because sometimes you know that you're not a cook. I don't stay. So that day he came to meet me cooking the food. I was like, I said yes. I was feeling okay, nice. And we started talking, and I told him whatever that. He said he wanted to see my WASSCE results. And I showed it to him. He was like, hey, I'm going to now. I didn't tell him I might not hear the way to our car. What's it now going to And I was like, And when the man was leaving, he called me, said I should come there's a room upstairs, I should come there. And I said, hey, Papa, you're not even down.
You know, that's the mindset. I don't know why.
It's strange, like, hey, if you are me no more. And then I can say, and you follow it to the room upstairs. That room, there's nobody goes there. He's the only person that goes there.
Charles.
You understand? So I thought maybe you're the people who be just said, when I go there, he started talking to me, asking me questions. I was like, probably.
What is he up to?
Fine. He's not like doing it. I mean, I'm just coming. Then he said, I'm coming in a minute. And then he opened the drawer. He took money. He paid my admission fee.
Hostel?
No, I didn't even sleep in the hostel. But then, like, until my admission fee, uniforms that I will need, school fees, practical for that whole thing. Everything. Sir, maybe what's that scandal now? Because I had endorse. I mean, now he was holding bundle now. He's counting the bundle. And it was not like it was 50 CDs and 100 CDs. Papa, now can't even wait. The man was giving to her. I said, no, yeah, this money, I'm chatting it out. Now, ultimately, you have to come upstairs. Now, we go upstairs. Now, they find I was scared. I took the money. He told me to go. Then let him come and pick me up to the school. This man picked me up from the house to the school for me to go and register. I registered and did everything. I can't stand that. Registered. They said, okay. Do you know that after that time, I stayed in the house for a week, and then the man called me that she leave the house. I didn't know why. Like, I saw Pamu Nefi. I was like, why did I do anything? So I tried calling him to, like, he would not pick up. Finally, he vlogged my name. I was like, hey, what did I do? Funny enough, do you know that I didn't hear from me, man. So I completed school. This year, early this year, January, February. 14th February, let me specific, on Val's Day. The man texted me on Snap. Hi, Hannah, how are you doing? Like, hey.
Who is this?
Ghost, like, after me completing school, hey, you relax.
When you want to do what?
So I was thinking, hey. Then he gave me his number. He's like, call this number. I'll be waiting for a call. Like, okay, yeah, I'm at a program. I'll call you when I person. So no point on my phone. My friend say, hello, Hannah. How are you doing? I'm fine. This man like started talking to me, asking me how was school and how did I go through school. Was everything smooth? And I told him everything. Like, oh, he's happy that I finally completed school and I have something doing. And the reason why I asked him to leave the house was because there were issues and he didn't want them to, like, one person didn't maybe carry issues because I was naive. Like, I didn't know anything about what was going on. That's why he made me go. It's not for any bad reasons, and he wanted to inform me now that I should be okay. I should feel at home. And funny enough, he told me he wanted to see me. Now I feel like, this is where it comes in. This time around, dear.
Let's see. It's a dear.
Investment. This man bought me watch it. He bought pizza and coke for all of us to eat and everything. Like, when I show me some on some of the 1,000 cities, now I was like, imagine that. Hey, why then I was not having money? Me call up and one of me feel like I'm 20 Ghana. I'm saying like, I'm 20 Ghana. 20,000. I was like, oh God, why? And like, it felt like it's like anytime I needed something,
he just comes in.
I was like, hey, poverty never be my question.
But there was a story on TikTok I watched. There was a small boy. They're a family of 4, including the mom. The dad is not there, but the guy is so intelligent. He's a special kid. Let me say it that way. Very intelligent. But that's why doesn't come to school. When he writes exam, even he's not around, he comes to school. When he writes exam, he comes to write the exam. He passes. The mother was like, this particular boy, he doesn't come to school, but whenever, at least he gets a pass. Not even but he's always in school. Yeah. So this lady took it upon herself and then went to the parents' house, took the child in a like because ultimately way and pro like the child should die in poverty. No.
But then, well, you see, I got the story from somewhere. It was a TV station. I wasn't doing something. So I went to the comments. Someone posted on a status, and someone was like, "Poverty doesn't stop you from excelling in your education."
Really?
No.
Someone said no,
not
poverty should
true.
rather make you strive. And the person
Hey,
was,
make you strive. Scan will
Relax.
you. Oops, they go to your school fees.
Relax.
Echo strive.
like, the person was saying it in the sense like, let's take me for example. I was one way or the other, I still managed to go to school. I was not poor, we're not poor like that. It was just some small incidents. So like when they were sacking me for school fees, that was like the first time. You have textbooks.
Okay.
You have stuff. You could have just learned in the house. That's what the person means.
Yours is how much? Sorry, I don't know how to put that in English, but you can't. Oh here.
Yeah, some are
Here.
very deep
You don't have
poverty.
anything.
That's
What
what
is
the
different?
The person is like, let's say that if you go to a government school, they give them textbooks and tons. So you can like equally read the textbook and it should even serve as a motivation.
You don't even have money to buy food into your stomach to sit up and learn. How do you even get the strength?
How do you feel when you're hungry?
Okay, to me it's two ways.
The edge is not there to even think.
Than to sit down and learn.
But you know sometimes when you're hungry, that's when you get business ideas.
You will.
That's you business. So,
The ideas
you
will
are
come.
grown, no. You want business. Also, comment those. Hey, right there. Comment them. Best comment them. Then I make your friend deep. Then that's when you get business ideas.
So for on my case, for me, when I finished JHS in America, me call as a second term. Year third term. When we came back to the house, I couldn't go again.
Wow.
Because the situation
was
became
hard.
worse.
Difficult.
My dad couldn't afford my fees again. Me go school, me the job was in a coy. Trunk wasn't part. So you can imagine the situation.
Just so you know,
Me the garri sugar. Asa.
President and brush.
Asa. So fortunately for me, I had a friend who was asthmatic.
Okay.
Tina undi dine and separate. So benefit me
No,
kakra.
I don't fall.
You get it?
No.
Maybe if you 1 year, one solid year.
Even after you went to. Wow.
Yes.
It's crazy.
One solid year. Sorry, I'm So that is where I developed the urge to pray.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poverty can lead to prayers. It can lead to anointing.
So I'll be in the room crying and at the same time praying. And then I'll be
Just
asking
kind of
myself a
wonders, why
lot
you doing
of
that?
questions. What did I do? What did my parents do? Why are we going through this situation? Others are enjoying, my colleagues are in school and I'm here crying. Until one day, say one day,
One day.
my uncle called. He was in the States, so he called. I wasn't the one he was even calling. He was calling the wife, but the wife wasn't around.
Okay.
So I chanced on the phone. I picked it up. I was like, Isaac, why are you home?
But your auntie couldn't tell the husband that, oh, Isaac is home more.
No, the thing is, my auntie was aware of the situation. My dad is close to my uncle, but I felt like my dad didn't want to
Stress him.
or let him know, say, oh, to me, back.
Okay, yeah.
It's shameful to parents.
Is your dad a younger one? Or the older?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You get it? It's nice some way. So until my uncle asked, why are you home? And I said, your brother said, yes, I was bored.
Whoa.
I said,
Increase in my
your
daddy
brother said he doesn't have money. That is what I said. And he was like, okay, we'll talk again. Go and give the phone to my wife.
Okay.
He called
that was-
back and he asked me for the details of everything.
Yeah.
I had to go to another school because the disgrace was, I felt like going back to that school again. Faculty 1
What
year.
about your asthmatic friend?
Oh, he was there. He was there.
Wow.
We could pay school for I had to start everything. And class second term with you. So schools are going second term not also.
Wow.
And he asked, are you sure you can do it? I said, yes, I'll do my best. Oh, results by now 10 now. 10 over 100. Now me call this. And I didn't know what to tell my uncle because he believed in me. Got my shell. So me sorry enough me come be me share them. Me sua there me book ho sa. Oh, I see him. So next time buy na niama pick. Can say pick. Nothing 80, 90.
Yeah.
I'm saying, oh, wasi.
You go with the flow.
In fact, he even sent me my wasi money even before.
The wasi time.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
nice.
So, I'm happy that at the end of everyone's story, somebody came up to help and then everything went smoothly. Because I remember sometime I was there and I was like, during the school fees era, I was like, Jesus, I had 10 CDs, I had so I just got up from the house. I need to order some cotton. I went to the local and said, Brand Basin Patch, I'm saying which also number. I said, what was my number? And I was like, okay, mention number. So this guy took the 10 CDs. So he was like, oh yeah, call coffee. He took my 10 CDs and he wrote some numbers. He did some signing, and then he was like, a boss is a coffee, a boss is a brand. I went home and I was like, oh no, banana.
It's not sugar. It made me start doing
Come ideas.
It made me change bread and egg by the roadside. That time you see me. That was fine girl. Said you need tea yet. Now the class. But no, first 10 for now me movie. Now me change bread and egg. And then my family today used to do kenke business. It's a away never Panama and ask for people because we at the end of the day, I'm out 20 Ghana be their shop. Sister, here is your poverty.
Charlie.
Na me kaipa na. Then times no. Me better if you 1 year no. I'm serious. My man try na me pay be here na man be. No, there was a tenant in our house. So we introduced me to man be. No mobile money centers. Na me call here back oh my dinner market.
So space.
So unfortunately, because any scammer will be
at this point, go ahead.
My explaining as Papa said, hey, we just answer better if you.
Oh, Charlie. This
life is not
serious. So poverty, what it can lead to. I pray that God will bless everyone.
Yeah.
And if our parent couldn't have Quran, now we will do our best to take care of our kids.
We'll change that stuff.
Yes. So, like poverty even doesn't it just doesn't affect the educational life of a person. The whole life of a person.
It affects your gene, like everything.
Your social life, your educational life.
It even makes you emotional life. Yeah. May give you mental issues too. Yeah.
They said if you didn't come out of a rich home must come out of you. So I think
may God help all of us.
See, all of us were poor, but see, yes, today we are here.
So, guys, let's all do our best to change the narrative, to change the situation,
and let's help each other.
And let's pray. I think our strength alone can't do it, so God should come in.
Who's now? Who's our down for being money?
Like I said, Sammy friend.
Let's stop teasing. Let's stop teasing each other.
Exactly.
So, guys, I think this was an interesting one. It was a live. I just wanted to go at a point that precision is
I think it's an interesting topic. We can't even do it in a space of 1 hour.
I think we should do it again.
This is.
Don't we still do your relationship thing?
We'll give you the lovey. Yeah, but this sentence is more important.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a girl, white lady, unique, and
Isaac.
Best Babs. This was the Heart to Heart podcast show, and I was your host. Yeah. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and
do all this stuff.
Very important. Okay. All right. We love you. Bye.